What's up guys, my name is Jack, you're watching JBTCG, and today we're going to talk about the biggest mistake that I see a lot of Pokemon investors, and especially new Pokemon investors, making. And the mistake I'm talking about is only buying products at MSRP. I see a lot of people in comment sections or in shorts or reels talking about how they only buy products at MSRP. They're never going to pay over MSRP for a new product or any products in general. And what that does is significantly limits the amount of stuff that you can purchase and prevents you from making big plays. The reason I'm making this video is because on my most recent videos, people have been commenting this. I saw multiple people in my comment section saying, I'm only buying at MSRP. For the next 6 months, I'm just gonna buy at MSRP, or I'm gonna ignore stuff until it comes back down. But the problem is, there's no guarantee that this stuff will come back down. And there's no guarantee that you'll find this stuff at MSRP. And to be honest, it's not worth waiting in GameStop lines for 10 to 12 hours just to get products at MSRP. Now, if you're waiting in these lines because it's fun and you enjoy it, then that's completely different. But for the investors that are saying that they're only buying at MSRP and that they're willing to wait in these lines to buy stuff at MSRP for an investment, it's simply not worth it. And for me recently, I haven't really been buying anything at MSRP. And this isn't a cope video. My reasoning is there's a lot of opportunity in products that are well above MSRP, sometimes 2 to 3 times MSRP, that I think could go to 4 to 5 times MSRP. And a lot of people get this term MSRP stuck in their head and it's all they can think of. It's manufactured suggested retail price, emphasis on suggested. This isn't some set price that's a law that these companies have to sell at. Which is why with these companies you see some discrepancy. With GameStop's recent re-release or restock of the prismatic ETBs, I think it was like $60 per ETB. Normal MSRP for a Scarlet and Violet ETB is going to be $49.99. So we're already seeing companies like GameStop sell for over this MSRP number. And obviously people are going to say they're scalping, these companies are scalping, because people just like to throw the scalping word out at anything that they don't like. But what's actually happening is a lot worse, and it's the reason that I'm not banking on finding any of this stuff at MSRP. So for those of you that don't know, stores like Walmart or your local game store, they don't get cards directly from the Pokemon Company. The Pokemon Company sells them in bulk to distribution companies, and then those distribution companies then distribute them to local card stores, Walmart, GameStop, Target, all of these places. So for Destined Rivals, the Pokemon Company sells these booster boxes and ETBs to the distribution company, and then the distribution company sells them and allocates them to all of the card stores and all of the big box stores in the United States and other countries, well below MSRP. Then release day comes out and these stores sell them either at MSRP, above MSRP, whatever they want to list them at. Then with the current hype, all this stuff sells out and it's going to be really difficult to find it at MSRP. Now for restocks with these sets that come 6 to 8 months down the line or a year or 2 years down the line, the distribution companies don't have to sell them for the low price that they did on release. These companies can actually upcharge and sell them for over MSRP to your local store. So I see a lot of people getting angry and leaving 1-star reviews for their local stores that are selling at market price, but what the distribution company is doing is selling them well over MSRP, so the local card store, the only way they can make money on it is selling it at market price. So then the card stores aren't actually making any more money on these expensive products than they would with something that's selling right at MSRP because they're already getting upcharged by the distribution companies. The distribution companies are making a boatload of money because of this. Them being able to upcharge these products to stores is part of the reason that MSRP is so difficult to find nowadays. And with all of this mess happening behind the scenes, this is the reason that I pretty much have 0 pre-orders for Destined Rivals. Getting the set for MSRP is incredibly difficult. Buying stuff on Best Buy, you're just losing to bots. Target.com, you're going to lose to bots. Pokemon Center, you can get it. You do have to wait in a queue and it's really difficult, and sometimes your phone will crash or your computer will reload and you just won't have a chance at it. But even through all that, a lot of people were able to be successful and got a Pokemon Center ETB for Destined Rivals from the Pokemon Center. But getting things like booster boxes or cases of booster boxes or ETBs is almost impossible to do at MSRP nowadays. And if I focused all of my efforts in the past couple months just to get Destined Rivals at MSRP, it would have been a big burden. It would have taken a lot of time out of my day just waiting on these restocks and basically no-lifing these restocks. And you know what has happened in the past couple months while Destined Rivals pre-orders went live? Things that are well over MSRP doubled in price. Sword and Shield era booster boxes have pretty much doubled in price over the past month. If you're only focusing your efforts on these new sets and you're an MSRP warrior, you're missing out on so many other things. Things like Evolving Skies ETBs behind me. I think these have a lot of potential to get really expensive in price over the coming months, and guess what? They've already started to move. They're difficult to find under $300 shipped nowadays. Just a week and a half ago, they were selling for $250. And just in the same time, how is Prismatic Evolutions doing? How is Destined Rivals doing? Neither of them are doing very well in market price, and to get them at MSRP takes a whole ton of work. I didn't have to wait out in lines and potentially get in fights at GameStop to get something for $50 under market price, like a Prismatic Evolutions ETB. There is so much potential in tons of products above MSRP, and pigeonholing yourself into only buying products at MSRP is just going to make you angry, make you frustrated when you don't hit restocks or when you miss a restock, and it simply isn't worth it. Another play well above MSRP is with XY Evolutions ETBs. These are, 10 times MSRP at this point? And I think they could go up to 15, 20 times MSRP. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, these are $600 ETBs. And the final issue with only buying products at MSRP is limited things like Pokemon Center ETBs you just can't build a position in. I personally am one of the biggest fans of Pokemon Center ETBs, and I think they have the most potential out of any of the modern Pokemon products to do well in the future. If you're only buying these at MSRP, your position in them is going to be 1, maybe 2 ETBs. I'm building a position of Journey Together Pokemon Center ETBs for around double MSRP. And I'm not worried that you could get them for $60 2 months ago. The potential that these ETBs have is so much higher. Anyways, this is enough of my ranting for today. Shorter video, just wanted to cover MSRP because a lot of people were commenting about it. Let me know your thoughts about investing above MSRP or at MSRP down in the comments and what you think about this video. But that's all I got for today, so as always, thank you guys so much for watching and stay safe out there.